Let's take a look at a way to really supercharge the use of OpenClaw, especially for getting up and running. I am finding out in the first 2 weeks that it is going to be pretty painful, burning a lot of tokens, and you really have to do a lot of fine tuning to get the system to do exactly what you want it to do. A shortcut for this, which is definitely helping but not solving it entirely, is to use a tool like Cursor, Claude Code, OpenAI Codex, or Google Antigravity. I personally use Cursor. Cursor is a port of VS Code, which was open sourced by Microsoft, but it is made for agent AI coding. And it's a great way to organize your OpenClaw installation and manage all the files in it. I personally use it to install OpenClaw, and I just created a new project, empty project here, and I said I want to install and run OpenClaw. I pasted the GitHub URL, how do we proceed? And if I hit enter, it'll just run and do everything I need to do to get it up and running. So it'll guide you. You would go back and forth between the Cursor IDE, and you can already see that it's working to install all the prerequisites to get it up and running. So that's actually the easiest way to get up and running with OpenClaw, is to use Cursor. And then after you have it up and running, I just wanted to demonstrate that, and that's the way I did it. It's a little bit easier than, I see a lot of people struggling trying to get it started. But anyway, I actually have it fully installed. This is running on Mac. You actually could see the Cursor agents working here. I have it installed on my Mac. I have a network drive share from my Mac Mini over to my main machine, which is my MacBook Pro. And currently in Cursor, I have these conversations that are grouped by functionality within OpenClaw that I'm looking to tune. So on the left here, I'm working on Agent Maven. So Maven is the project manager, and I felt that they weren't proactive enough in creating, delegating, and managing tasks, making sure they were getting done. And I basically just had a conversation with Cursor. I said, let's review the Maven agent setup, including heartbeat, skills, soul, agent, and other related files. They're supposed to be a project manager, creating tasks, delegating, ensuring they get done, etc. I don't feel they're doing a good enough job of creating and managing work tasks for the agents. See where the gaps exist. I am looking to create a best-in-class project manager agent. So Cursor went in and investigated everything in detail. And again, you could do this in OpenClaw itself, speaking to your agent, but having Cursor do it. So if you were to do it in OpenClaw, what would happen is you would have these conversations, and then they would go off and do something, and it really wouldn't be visible to you what was happening behind the scenes. There wouldn't be any way to really go back and revisit it. You could obviously have a discussion within a thread, and that would help. But having it as a separate system is really a great way to do it, and I'm using Cursor for that. So. And after I prompted that, it gave me a Maven project management overhaul. We were using Haiku for the heartbeat, and that's not really strong enough according to Cursor. Again, Cursor is using Opus 4.6 for this. So not only am I burning tickets on the OpenClaw instance, but I'm burning tickets in my Cursor instance. That's okay. Separate problem entirely. The heartbeat is using, what proposed is to use Sonnet rather than Haiku, which is unreliable. It has new architecture. It wants to create these new cron jobs, a daily stand-up with all the agents, a daily wrap-up, and then a weekly planning session. Hopping over to my task list, I only have 4 tasks that are in progress, and there's only 1 backlog task, and it's actually assigned to me. So they're not doing a great job of proactively creating new tasks here. I'd rather have a much larger backlog list than I currently have, so there's always work to be done. So I came up with a plan to implement it, and it wrote all the code that I needed. It updated the files. Now it's still working. It's probably been working on this for about 10 minutes now. And there's other aspects that you could manage. So the tokens, let's hop over to my token usage. Brutal. 613 million tokens in, and 4 million tokens out. That's not great. And hopping over to costs, still super painful. Man, we're going to hit $1,000 today in Anthropic. API spend here. So, but February 17th, that's today, it's already trending downwards. I will take a look at what we did in Cursor. So in Cursor, I basically just went in and I said, we're spending way too much. Come up with ways to reduce it. And a lot of it is being spent on sending too much context to OpenAI. And what it was doing is sending 150,000 tokens worth of context to OpenAI every call. So we reduced that to 80,000 tokens. And what reducing content would do negatively would limit the amount of context that the agent has to work with. But we're supplementing that with the memory, semantic search memory system that we installed the other day. I have a video on that that uses the vector storage with the SQLite database, so it's actually able to query that when it needs additional context. But we don't need to be sending everything over to Anthropic for that content, for that context. And it came up with ways for me to reduce my tokens, and I think we're already trending in a much better place now with the usage for today. So happy with that. And there's other things you can do. So certain things like agent reports. Every time that a agent writes a file, it writes it to their own workspace, but it wasn't being populated. And if it writes it to its workspace, it's not really giving you any insight into what's happening. So had to do a little bit of work around getting these agent reports a little bit more robust and reliable, because there's great content here. These are all created by the agent, and these are really what I'm hoping that the system will leverage going forward to create actual valuable output, because we're spending what, $1,000 now, and we don't have a ton of content out in the world on the website as far as optimizations or even new content for the blog. Again, this is a SEO project. Initially, I'm trying to build an entire SaaS system. It's day 6, but I'm focusing on the SEO team first. I think that's the easiest, most well-constructed or well-defined team. You have your technical SEO person, you have your writers, blah, blah, blah. And I'll eventually build a sales team doing outreach. I'll build a technical team for development, etc. But yeah, sub-agent spawning. So whenever your agent has complex tasks to create or to work on, they can spawn sub-agents, and they can spawn one or more sub-agents to work on specific parts of the long-running task. And there's actually a setting where you can do sub-agents for your sub-agents, and that's when it goes into orchestrator mode. And I didn't enable that because session spawn, which is creating a new sub-agent for it to work underneath, was not really getting called. So I first wanted to make sure that session spawn was going to be called reliably by the agent. So all the tools updates were added for each of the agents to use session spawn, and maybe when I feel that's running well, then I will enable the sub-agent spawn. It's a flag. I think you set a timer to, and then it goes into some orchestrator mode where the top-level agent is orchestrating multiple levels of sub-agents. Don't want to go there yet, but until I know that the session spawn is working. Context window, again, hitting the 200,000 token limit, that's now reduced to 80,000, so I don't see that being an issue. Heartbeat management. So these are, the way I have it in Cursor is each group of functionality within OpenClaw has its own discussion, and Cursor will maintain the context of that discussion. It has a pretty big context window, so it's able to kind of evolve as you have additional conversations with it. One huge thing I like to do is have 2 terminals up and running. So one terminal is the gateway error log. So you can, and this is the OpenClaw gateway error log, and you can monitor this for any errors. Like this one, it could not find property with name or ID, SOP ID. So I would copy and paste this into my error logs conversation in Cursor, and I would have Cursor evaluate it and fix it. Similarly, you just want a gateway log just so you can see activities that are happening within the system. So you can see replies in here, up here, and it's just a good way to monitor how your system's running. And yeah, great way to monitor. Yeah, and then other tools, we're using Ghost as our blog publishing platform for this particular client, so needed to create discussions around that. And what it will do is it'll build out skills related to managing Ghost. So long story short, Cursor is a great way. I don't do any configuration within OpenClaw itself for the most part. I might have some conversations with Super as far as enabling or disabling cron jobs, but you know, nothing that gets under the system. Because if I wanted a system-wide agent update for a certain skill or something like that, there's no way for me to reliably know whether it was applied or not. So Cursor allows me to kind of track those conversations separately. Yeah, I think that's a killer tip. And if you have any questions, and drop a question below. I plan on doing a live deep dive into the system on Thursday, February 19th, and I will go more in depth into. I'm really just going to spend probably an hour going through each little thing, because everything I've been covering in these daily updates has been very surface level. I want to get like a deep dive overview, if it's something that you're interested in, into what work is actually done and how we're going about on a daily basis. Word of warning, watch those, be careful of those videos who are where people are claiming that they're having their agents do all these incredible things. I don't think the system is there yet. Maybe they've been running it a lot longer and able to fine tune it, but my experience so far is it does produce some high value output, but it's not doing all the amazing things that I think a lot of people may be claiming at this point. So be careful out there, kids.